Let us start with the today's lectures. So we have already go through the different variety of cheeses. Now we are go through the next cheese, that is cottage cheese. You all know that cottage cheese is very much popular in USA. This cheese is actually originated in produce on family farms. And this is comes under the soft and unripened variety of cheese. Among the unripened variety of cheese, after mozzarella cheese, this cheese is of high demand. This is also known as slim cheese, and it may contain not more than 80% moisture, and fat content varies from 0.5 to 5% of the total milk solid. And I have already told that because it is prepared from skim milk, so it is very much good for the health conscious people, particularly for the fatty person. They actually enjoy all the benefits of the milk or milk, and they are also at the same time they are also reducing or not taking the cholesterol from in form of fat. So this is a very much popular cheese after the mozzarella. And when we see this is actually already know that this is made from skim milk, and it is unripened cheese, and it has slight mild acid flavor. So it is also preferred by the Indians also, because Indian are not actually like hard flavor. So this is actually giving a mild acidic flavor. So this is also liked by the most of the Indians. It consists of small particles or flakes of curds which have meaty consistency. Meaty consistency, that means meat-like consistency after the production of this cheese. And you can see there are two types of cheese. They are actually acid type, or another one is rennet types. So you can see here there is acid types. The characteristics of acid cheese is actually small, small. Have you seen? So when we see the acid curve, then the characteristics of this type of cheese is it have having a small granules or particles, and it has extremely acid flavor, and mildly throughout the through thoroughly washed. When we washing the curd properly, then there may be chances of reduction of acid flavor in the cheese. When we use acid type cheese having lower yield, whereas when we prepared it from rennet, then the large flakes or particles are observed, and it has mild flavor, and it is also having meaty consistency, which is actually one of the desirable property of the cottage cheese. So we already know this is originated in USA, and we are rennet curd may be formed either by short setting or by long setting methods. When we see the method of manufacturers, so we can see here the method of manufacture. The skim milk, you already know the skim milk is actually used for the preparation of this cheese, and we can say the criteria for the selection of milk, whatever we have discussed for the another variety of cheeses, the same criteria will also applied on the skim milk which is used for the uh, manufacture of cottage cheese. So just after collection of milk, then we can pasteurize the milk. So when we pasteurize the milk, we will similarly follow the same methods what we have applied in the other cheese, either for mozzarella or for hanga. So you can hold the cheese. What are the objective of the pasteurization? We have already discussed the same. Then the same aspect. The same aspect of objective is also applied in the case of cottage cheese, and the limitation of the pasteurization, whatever we have applied for the other cheeses, then definitely the same things is also applied on the cottage cheese also. So after addition of after pasteurization, the milk is actually cooled, but before cooling, you have to see that if it is prepared from cow milk, then there is must to add calcium chloride to generally added to skim milk at the rate of 1 ml saturated solution per 100 liter of milk. So you can remind here that you have to add around 1 ml of saturated solution per 100 liter of the milk. The objective of the addition of calcium chloride is just to restore the or to provide the optimum level of calcium ions to the original level in order to make the form that is desired for the cottage cheese. So it is added just after pasteurization, and the pasteurized milk has been cooled to the setting temperature. After setting of curd, we can add the calcium chloride in the form of in the form of calcium chloride, and we are adding 1 ml saturated solution of calcium chloride per 100 liter of milk. But here generally we are actually applied in other cheeses. We are adding a calcium chloride in case of cow milk at the rate of 0.03 to 0.04% per 100 liter of milk. So, but here we are adding 1 ml saturated solution per 100 liter of the milk. Just the basic idea is that to provide the optimum level of the calcium ions so that we can get the firm curd from the milk. So this is the advantage, and this is generally done after the pasteurization of milk and cool simultaneously followed by cooling, and after that we can go for addition of a starter cultures. So addition of a starter culture, that is also, you know, that a starter culture is called heart of the cheese, and in the case of this cheese also we are using high quality lactic starter which is actually prepared from the skim milk. So we have to prepare a starter culture, and we can definitely go for starter activity test so that we can get the optimum acid development during the method of production of cottage cheese. So we can prepare two type of rennet curd formation. One is short setting, another one is long setting. So in short setting, we are maintaining temperature 29 to 32 degrees centigrade, whereas for a long setting, we are keeping the temperature 22 degrees centigrade. So setting time in the short setting is around 4 to 6 hours. That means within 6 hours we can set the curd. But in case of long setting, we are giving time around 15 to 16 hours, and amount of starter culture added in the short setting is generally 4 to 5%. So the starter culture rate of addition of starter culture is quite high in comparison to the long setting. In the long setting, we are adding a starter culture at the rate of 0.5 to 1%, 1% to the milk. So here we have to be very conscious that in the case of starter culture, the starter culture which are going to be used, we can use two methods, that is short setting, or you can go for long setting depending upon your demand. Suppose there is a, if you prepare the cottage cheese in very small span of time, then you can go for short setting. If you are if the time is not a barrier, then you may go to long setting. So in which the time duration is 50 to 60 hours, whereas in case of short setting, we are just after 4 and 5 minutes, we are getting the optimum level of acidity in the curd. Now next addition is addition of rennet. Addition of rennet. Rennet we have already discussed that rennet is actually very much also being used for the cottage cheese also. Rennet, the calf rennet, which is also used in the case of cottage cheese in the Western country, because this is very much popular in USA. So there is no ban of calf net. So they are using the calf net, and they are using around 2 to 2.5 ml per 100 liter of milk. Before adding to milk, the milk is actually diluted, or the potable water, or you can say clean water, or sterile water is diluted to 40 times of its potable water for uniform distribution. So you can say uniform distribution you can get just after addition of rennet. So addition, we are adding the rennet. In case of buffalo milk, we are adding 1 gram per 100 liter of the milk, whereas in case of cow milk, we are adding 0.75 to 1 gram per 100 liter of the milk. So this is the things we have to discuss. Another one, in India we are using microbial rennet. So to microbial rennet, either Mito rennet or Henilase or Henilase, they are actually producing enzymes which is based on Ampicillus lindit variety lindit. So they are actually being used in India for the manufacture of cottage cheese. But the demand of cottage is not very much in India, but in the western parts, particularly USA and European countries, or the sportsmen, they are actually probably consume this cheese, their choice of the cheese, because it contains no fat. So it contains all the beauty of the milk fat, milk solid, milk salts. We get all the essential salts from this cheese, and we can also here say that after addition of rennet, Anna, we can get the after 40 minutes in the case of buffalo milk, and in the case of cow milk, we can allow the setting of the curd for 30 minutes, and they are actually then after that the curd is being cut by using horizontal knife, and we can actually cool the whole milk, cheese milk, and allow to drain. Anna, then we can allow to drain. Here one point I have to discuss, that if we are prepare it from buffalo milk, then there is a need of addition of color. So color is actually added, the color which is added to the cheddar cheese, the same color that is the we can use in the case of cottage cheese also. So the rate of addition of color is around 30 to 200 ml or more per 100 per 1000 liter of milk. So the color is diluted around 20 times of the potable water for even distribution. It is vigorously agitated to ensure uniform and rapid distribution. The color of cheese is usually an alkaline solution of annatto. You already know that we are using annatto color. Annatto color is also used in butter making. You already know that is actually, they are actually fat soluble. But the color of cheese is usually alkaline solution of annatto. You have remember that the color of cheese is alkaline solution of annatto. So rennet and color should not be mixed together before adding to the milk. So it should be kept in mind, the rennet and color that should not be mixed together being added to the milk. So we can see here that annatto color, which is actually alkaline solution of annatto, we can use, and we can use this one around 30 to 200 ml for buffalo milk per 1000 liter of buffalo milk, and it can be diluted 20 times, at least 20 times of its potable water for informed distribution of the this one. So another one is that after draining the curd, then we can go for we can go for washing with pasteurized water, and we can use pasteurized water so that there may be minimal contamination, or there is no contamination may appear due to this. And after washing of the curd, we can actually reduce the somewhat reduce the acidity of the curd. And after washing, and after washing with pasteurized water, then the drainage of free water with the of waste water, drainage of free water with waste water. So once again we can actually done. And the most desirable acidity here we can see, the most desirable acidity of whey at cutting should be around 0.5% of the acidity. That you can say for pH 4.6 and 4.7 is the optimum acidity or optimum pH of the whey. Then we can say that curd is ready for the cutting for the cottage cheese. So the the method of cutting and size of the cubes are the same as we can use for the cheddar cheese. So after that we are cook the curd. We can see here drainage of water, and then salting. You can see here salting of the curd, and after salting the curd, we are go for creaming. Hana, we can go for creaming because some of the consumer are actually like the fatty flavor, or we can say rich flavor of the cheese. So that is why this type of cheese is actually creamed with the cream having fat 20%, which ultimately give the 4% fat in the finished cottage cheese. So we are actually creaming the cheese just after immediately drainage of whey, and after that we can go for salting. And salting, you already know that salting is added to further remove the moisture and also to retard the growth of any defective bacteria in the subsequent method of processing. So salting, after salting, creaming is being done, and creaming is generally done with the 20 to 25% cream fat, and to get the finished fat not more than 4% of the fat. So we can say cream cheese has to mix with it so that the finished product contain not less than 4% fat. है ना, तो 4% फैट से कम नहीं आना चाहिए अगर it is cream cottage cheese. After that we can go for packaging. I have already told you that after either you are prepare cream cheese or uncreamed cottage cheese, they may be packed in a wax or polyethylene coated paper cups or polystyrene cups or polythene bags, and preferably store it at 5 to 10 degrees centigrade so that we can keep the product fresh for a longer period of time. And we can actually when we use for distribution, then definitely we can get the better price from the consumers, because under chilled conditions the shelf life of the product is more. And here we can see the keeping quality of the cottage cheese, whether creamed or uncreamed, is very short, and you can say it cannot be stored more than 6 or 7 days, 7 days or 10 days. So that is why uncreamed cottage cheese may be preserved for 90 days or longer by freezing it or by brine under brine for storage. However, it will deteriorate the quality because freezing often leads to grainness, curd settling, and particularly with the cheese, which is cottage cheese, which is actually prepared by the use of rennet. So this is a cheese you can use without. You can also prepare this type of cheese even without the rennet. So if we prepare it from rennet, definitely some advantage is there, and after that we can actually getting the cheese. So the yield of this cheese is actually totally depends upon the what is the composition of the milk, what is the method of manufacturing process. So during the drainage, during the cutting, during the moisture expulsion, that is drainage of whey, or even salting, these all factors have crucial role in the yield of the cheese. So manufacturing losses, moisture content in cheese have very important role on the yield of the cheese. While the approximate yield of this cheese of uncreamed cottage cheese is around 15%, 15% of the milk. So you can get 15% yield from the milk, and you can get when we prepared it from creamed cottage cheese. When we use cream for having 20% of fat, then we can get the yield around 20 to 21%, and the final fat content is not less than 4%. So the yield of cheese is in case of cottage cheese, we are getting 50% of yield. If the cream is not using cream, and we can get around 20% yield if the cottage cheese is creamed with the cream having fat more than 20%. So this is the things we have to discuss, or we can also improve the shelf life of the cheese even up to 90 days under freezing conditions or under brand solution. So these are the things we have to discuss. We have already told you that this is a fill pack or in a wax or polyethylene paper coated cups or polystyrene cups. So we have to discuss these things. So this is the things we have to discuss. The yield of the cheese is actually approximately 50% of the milk, and that of cream cheese we are getting 20% of cream and 4% in finished product, and we are getting around 90% to 20% of yield. So here you can use the formula that a percentage is actually amount of skim milk divided by 100 multiplied by 4.9 into percentage total solid in the skim milk. Subtracted 29.7. So we can actually these are the factors, that is composition of milk, manufacturing losses, moisture content and cheese. These all are actually affect the yield of the cheese. So there is, suppose you pasteurize the milk at higher temperature, then definitely the curd retains the more moisture. When we use skim milk, if there is a losses during the cutting or even some rain, then some total solids actually goes with the way, then the yield may be affected. Suppose composition of milk, when we use buffalo milk, then definitely the yield will be more. When we are using cow milk, then the yield will be poor. So these are the things we have to discuss. And keeping quality, we have all both cottage cheese and cream cottage cheese have very poor shelf life even under refrigeration condition. And cream cottage cheese may be preserved for 90 days or longer by freezing or by brine storage. However, quality will deteriorate. That means spoil. Of course, because freezing often leads to grayness and curd shattering, particularly with rennet curd. So these things we have to discuss. Have you any query? Rohit? Pratiksha?
No, sir.
Have you any query?
No, sir.
You are welcome. Prasanjit?
No, sir, no query.
हाँ प्रसन्नजीत, आवाज जा रही है?
Yes, sir, आ रहा आवाज.
प्रतीक्षा?
Yes, sir. No queries, sir.
Pratiksha, have you heard my voice?
Yes, sir.
Pratiksha? Rohit?
Yes, sir.
Prakash? Sudhanshu? Pranav?
Yes,
Kunal?
sir.
Pranav, have you heard my voice?
Yes, sir.
So you have any query, you are welcome. You can ask any question regarding the manufacture of cottage cheese. And then okay, if you have no query, then we can left this one. Okay, we can stop now.